Good evening. My name is Ken Gagner, and I'm the superintendent of Braham Area Schools. I would ask all of you to please stand for the entrance of our 2023 senior class. And please remain standing once the graduates have entered for the playing of our national anthem under the direction of Brian Johnson. On behalf of the district and our school board, I want to offer all of you a warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks for joining us this evening. It is a privilege to be part of this graduation ceremony as we celebrate the class of 2023. Each year I consider a few thoughts to share, and yesterday as I was running, which some people think is slogging because it's kind of really a slow jog, I walked by the gym and I noticed our new scoreboards. And we haven't had a chance to turn those on yet, but you'll see we've got new scoreboards. And I was walking around the exterior of the building. The steel beams have been delivered. We're also installing some scoreboards at our junior varsity baseball and softball fields. And it got me to thinking what a great community Braham is and what a generous community Braham is. And just a few examples, and I just went back to my desk and check some numbers because superintendents, we just like numbers for one reason or another. And we've had over $120,000 donated this year alone to the district. This is just funds that have come right in through the door from some of our generous folks. Groups like the Braham Area Committee for Kids, BAC, the Grandy Lions, the Moose Lodge, the Braham Area Education Foundation, the Braham Elementary Parent Organization, maybe known as BEPO, all those generous groups, and there's many more, and I know I'll miss groups, but it's quite amazing what this community thinks of this school district and thinks of each other. And just a few other examples, you may have heard the legislators finished up their job, and Braham was awarded almost $11 million towards our water infrastructure projects. That's going to benefit the community. Back in February of 2022, all of you voters approved a bond which will give us about $11 million to upgrade the buildings. And while some of that work has been done, a week from today, a lot more of that work's going to get done. There'll be new boilers installed. This classroom will receive dehumidification, so it'll be a little cooler a year from now when you're sitting there. HVAC, windows, doors, electrical, all that work will get done this summer. East Central Energy, think about our largest employer, is investing millions upon millions of dollars in broadband out to this area where we're going to be a leader in the state. And just last week, we had someone come in and wrote a check out of their own checkbook for $2,000. And it just shows again the generosity in this community and what a great place it is to raise a family, what a great place it is to attend school, and what a great place it is to live and work in. So while I encourage all of you to go out and explore the world, I want you to always know you're welcome back here, back home, because it really is a wonderful place. And with that, I will introduce our high school principal, Mr. Shawn Kuhnke.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this very special occasion. As we gather here today to celebrate the incredible achievements of our graduating class, I cannot help but feel an overwhelming sense of pride and gratitude. Each and every one of you has worked very hard to reach this momentous occasion, and it is an honor to stand before all of you as your principal and for one as dad. Graduation is a time of reflection, of looking back on the memories you have made and the lessons learned. But it is also a time of looking forward, of embracing the future and all the opportunities it holds. As you embark on this new chapter of your lives, I encourage you to never stop learning. The world is constantly changing, and it is up to you to adapt and grow with it. Seek out new experiences, challenge yourself, and never be afraid to fail. Just as in our high school experiences, it is through our failures that we have learned our greatest lessons. Also remember that success is not just about what you achieve, but also about the impact you have on those around you, whether it is through your kindness, your leadership, or your willingness to lend a helping hand. You have the power to make a difference in this world. Finally, I want to remind you that this is not the end, but merely the beginning. The friendships you have made and the memories you have created will stay with you for a lifetime, and I have no doubt that you will continue to accomplish great things. Once a bomber, always a bomber. So to the class of 2023, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. You have earned this moment, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you. Thank you. At this time, the Braham Area High School Choir, under the direction of Madison Latterell, will be performing our senior musical selection, Journey On. Thank you, high school choir. At this time, please join me in welcoming our first class speaker, Julia Kuhnke.
Thank you, Dad, and thank you, students, teachers, parents, and staff who made these 4 years everything that they were. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet because I know you're all thinking, oh great, a Kuhnke with a microphone, this is going to take forever. I promise I won't take long. Class of 2023, I first want to start by saying congratulations. Some of us can't wait to move on and go to the next chapter of our lives, and some of us are scared to fully move into adulthood. No matter how you feel, I want you to know how much I've appreciated sharing this experience with each and every one of you. Whether we hung out all the time or just had class together, we have all had some sort of impact on each other's lives, shaping us into the people we are today. From the awkward middle school phases to finally reaching this day of graduation, the memories created will always hold a special place in my heart. Because this is a graduation speech, it feels like I should try and share some profound advice or words of wisdom. But I'm only 17, so it feels like I'm not exactly qualified for that task. But here are a few things I hope for all of you as you graduate and start the next chapter of your life. First, don't lose who you are, and always remember your roots. Remembering how you grew up and where you came from, don't lose yourself, and with that, it's also good to sit back once in a while and evaluate where you're at, but more importantly, where you're going and who you're becoming. Second, try. Just do it. And I don't mean put your full effort into everything you do. I also mean try new things and meet new people. We're young and have our whole lives ahead of us. Now is the time to put ourselves out there, take some risks, even if it feels scary. Don't worry about what other people might think. Worry about if your path makes sense for you and if it makes you happy. Worrying about what others think will only hold you back from what you have the potential to do. Get past the fear of failure and see what you can achieve. You get to decide what you love and what you put your energy into. It seems like so much pressure, but just make the best decision you can in every moment and find contentment in that. That statement perfectly leads me to my final thoughts. It used to scare me when people say, "You are the future," like no pressure, am I right? But then I realized that we're in control of what kind of an impact we have on the world. Stepping away from high school into the future, the biggest lesson I've been fortunate enough to learn through experiences and my amazing parents is control what you can control. This phrase advises us to take action for change, but also focus on the present, allowing all worry to become non-existent. When we take action for change, we all have the potential to be in control of our circumstances. But it is only when we strive to become the best version of ourselves this potential is used. We can all sit here and worry about our future, politically, financially, climatically, or technologically with all this new AI, or we can focus on the things we can control and do our best to play a positive part in that future. When we focus on the present, we allow ourselves to appreciate everything around us, which is exactly what we all should be doing at this moment. These past years have been a blast, and I'm going to miss my fellow classmates, teachers at Braham Area High School. Thank you, class of 2023, for all the memories, and best of luck to each of you as you leave high school to start your next chapter.
Thank you, Julia, I think. Please join me in welcoming our second class speaker, Brett Lund.
Hello, everyone. I would like to first thank everyone for coming out to support the Braham class of 2023. I am very humbled to be up here on this stage tonight. I want to thank our teachers, parents, friends, and other people in the audience for helping the class of 2023. I would also like to thank the people and pets that helped us along the way and would be here if they could. Please allow a moment of silence for everyone to think of the ones who are no longer with us. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause for all the people who have helped us to get to where we are today. Without the support from the audience and people present from above, our journey through high school would not have been as enjoyable. As some know, my dad unexpectedly passed away last year, and today happens to be his death anniversary. Today will be amazing, sad, bittersweet, and many emotions that are correlated with graduation. Regardless of our emotions, today is the day to celebrate our accomplishments, but most importantly, recognize what great people we have grown into. Growing as a person is never easy, as it requires self-analysis of what can be done better. In some cases, we get stressed. I remember Miss Swanson would always tell me, "Bert, there's no stress." Well, there indeed has been some stress and anxiety for everyone in these past few years. Not too long ago, we were little freshmen and having so much fun with new electives that we could finally take. Then the world took a sudden turn and we had 2 weeks off of school. A lot of us thought this was great since we were getting exhausted from the workload. Unfortunately, these 2 weeks turned into the rest of our freshman year. Due to COVID-19, our schooling went online. This was difficult for us as well as the teachers and our parents. Both our teachers and our parents did a phenomenal job to do what they could during such strange times in our world. I hardly remember distance learning, but I do remember being on Google Meets with Miss Swanson and Mr. Johnson most of the day, as I had nothing better to do. Many laughs were had on Google Meets, even though the world was in an unfortunate position. When sophomore year came around, we only came to school 1 day a week until the very end of the year. This was an improvement from the end of our freshman year, but it isolated us from many of our friends. The loneliness of being at home and having to learn online can really affect one's mental health, and I'm grateful that my classmates stayed united and leaned on one another for support. Long story short, we did not get a full in-person year of high school until our junior year. Despite having a lot of setbacks in terms of virtual learning, we managed to still make the best out of it and have fun when we were in school. We didn't complain and kept living life, even though it wasn't the reality we wanted to live or see happen. Throughout the years, we have all made some amazing memories. Believe it or not, some of these memories go all the way back to kindergarten. I remember when Allie Carlson and I would race to the swings to see who could swing the highest. Anyone remember running around and trying to play tag? I was so slow that I was the one that was always it. In high school, I remember all the times when Lyle kicked or threw a ball at the gym teacher and the ball managed to hit the teacher right on top of the head. He must have had some great aim and eyes if he can do that. I also remember when we had to social distance and wear special masks for band and choir. It might have been inconvenient, but it was better than doing nothing all hour. Then the thing I sometimes can never stop replaying in my head is Allie Shockman's laugh. Her laugh is always so contagious, and I know when Allie's around because her laugh would brighten up the room. Times of embarrassment also occurred. I somewhat remember when I managed to get a concussion from walking backwards into a pillar in the high school commons. This concussion was probably the silliest and most careless injury I have ever gotten. There are plenty more memories we can all recall in our head. Cherish and remember all these memories as we move on to the next chapter of our lives. If I had to describe the class of 2023, the words would be resilient, hardworking, and united. Our class has had to persevere through some of the strangest times this world has seen. We've watched COVID-19 affect our families, ourselves, and other people we know. We witnessed the day when Russia invaded Ukraine and the death of Queen Elizabeth II. We had to somehow look away from the chaos and keep striving toward our goals in life. In order to do that, we were resilient, hardworking, and united as a class. If we did not show these qualities, our lives would be completely different, as we would have just given up and let the world dictate our actions. Fortunately, we controlled our lives and made the best of what we could during unprecedented times. As a result of our hard work, some of us are attending college, while some are going straight into the military or workforce. One thing is for sure, we are resilient and will never let anything stop us from achieving our dreams. It has been an honor to be part of the graduating class of 2023 among the other 39 students sitting in front of me. I'd like to end my speech with a quote from Anatole France. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. It has been a pleasure to speak to you tonight. Good luck, classmates of 2023. I hope to see you all at the reunion. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me on such a monumental day that will start the next chapter of our lives.
Thank you, Brett. Now please join me in welcoming our final class speakers, Alison, Murrell, and Lucas Brown.
When I walked into this school for the first time 4 years ago, I had one thing on my mind: change. And I was afraid of change. I was afraid I would somehow change in a negative way. However, I did change. And no matter how much I resisted it my first year, it was a force that couldn't be stopped. Now, when I look back, I see how much I have changed in a positive way. And I see how we, as the class of 2023, have changed for the better. We have grown from being the young freshmen struck in the middle of our school year by a global pandemic into the next leaders and doers of tomorrow. Although I'm sure you already remembered or have been reminded 100 times, here's another refresher that our grade alone has faced more challenges and changes than we probably ever imagined from our freshman year to our senior year. We faced the changes of going from a normal in-person freshman year to watching CNN 10 in history class about the rise of a pandemic to then, a few weeks later, ending our freshman year through virtual online learning. We then had a hybrid learning fall semester in our sophomore year, and then an in-person spring semester. But then for some of us, for the next 2 years, it was back online for PSEO. So many changes. Yet, when we look closely, we see all the good that came out of it. We are now prepared for a variety of changes. Whether it is in our learning, how we get work done, or adapting to new environments, we have already experienced it once and evidently made it through. And we will again, just hopefully not in the form of a global pandemic. But we can and will make it through the changes and challenges that come our way. Now, we have looked back and seen the crazy journey we have taken throughout high school. We can see that there is an even longer journey ahead. As we continue with this life's journey, we will continue to change. For some of us, the most immediate change comes with attending college, joining the military, or entering the workforce. Whatever path we are on, we are going to experience drastic changes the next few weeks, months, and years, whether it feels like it or not. It is up to us to decide whether we are going to live through change or be the change. J.R.R. Tolkien wrote in The Lord of the Rings, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time given to us." We as a class can make a choice to be the ones making a positive change by living out our lives through our faith, our values, and our goals by putting our best selves forward. While sharing these attributes with the world, we can make a positive change in a world that has been afflicted by a lot of negative change. We are, as we say in FFA, and you know I couldn't leave some sort of FFA or agriculture out of this, becoming what the future needs next. We are the next ones serving our country, becoming business owners, teachers, policymakers, agriculturists, the next leaders. We have successfully lived and learned through change. It is now time to take that from our last 4 years and go out and be the change. Braham High School, class of 2023, embrace the challenges and jump on each opportunity that comes your way and be the change.
As we wrap up our last 14th or 13th year of school and begin our new journey, I have some things I'd like to say. Over the years, we have had ups and downs, but we never let them keep us down. When COVID hit, we adapted and continued learning using technology. We have all done our best to get here today, and we will continue to give it our all as we start the new journey. When we start, we'll have ups and downs, but we can never let it keep us down. So with this being said, I wish all of you good luck, and thank you all for joining me on this journey.
Thank you, Alison and Lucas. The Braham Area High School Band, under the direction of Brian Johnson, will now be performing our senior musical selection, Blues Brothers Review. Thank you, high school band. As many of you know, we held our awards night on Sunday, May 14. Many students were recognized for their achievements and scholarship awards. By school policy, I would now like to acknowledge the top 10% of our seniors with the highest grade point averages in alphabetical order. When I call your name, would the following 4 seniors please come on stage for your award? Lucas Brown. Julia Kuhnke. Brett Lund. And Alison Murrell. Let's give them all a round of applause. I also want to honor our 3 seniors who will be entering the armed forces. Will the following seniors please stand? Wyatt Gawley, Max Longren, and Noah Scheidel. Wyatt and Noah will both be joining the National Guard, while Max will be joining the Marine Corps. Let's give them another round of applause. I would like to invite Ms. Alison Longren of the Braham Area School Board to come forward to accept the class of 2023.
Good evening. On behalf of the Braham Area School Board, it is my honor and privilege to accept the graduating class of 2023. Congratulations, graduates.
Seniors, prepare to come forward to receive your diplomas. Diplomas will be handed out by school board members Alison Longren, David Schachman, and John Swanson. Audience, to ensure that all students and families have the same opportunity to hear their names called, I ask that you hold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. Mackenzie Ann Arnaldi. Anna Rachel Belden. Morgan Diane Berg. Grace Lillian Berggren. Lucas Creo Brown. Jaden Ione Perry. Alison Marie Carlson. Caitlin Bernice Dirks. Ella Joy Goebel. Joseph Peter Duvernay. Alison Grace Floating. Anna Nadine Fragali. Ashlyn Mary Louise Gifro Boss. Wyatt Michael Dolly. Dominic Joseph Graves. Sophia Marie Johnson. Abigail Marie Jorgensen. Tyler Jeffrey Kendall. Joanna Marie Klingensmith. Abby Elizabeth Cruz. Julia Lee Kuhnke. Max Ethan Carter Longren. Chloe Michaela Luck. Brett Luther Lund. Annabella Elaine Merwin. Alison Lee Murrell. Lyle Danger Nelson. Zachary Edward Nelson. Jaden Renee Pearson. Christina Annette Peterson. Seth Allen Robinson. Charles Edward Road. Noah James Scheidel. McKenna Mary Schroeder. Caleb Samuel Schusted. Alison Marie Schachman. Alex Benjamin Snedeker. Ella Rose Sparks. Moses Boy Stitch. Leah Elizabeth Thorson.
Seniors, please stand. At this time, I ask all of you to move your tassel from the right to the left. It is great honor that I present to the Board of District 314 administration and staff, and also community of Braham, the graduated class of 2023. Thank you to everyone who has helped to make this special night possible. Thank you to our senior class advisors, Tammy Johnson, Emily Ludwig, and Brian Johnson. A special thank you to Mark Johnson and Jeremy Nicola of ECMEC for their work in recording this ceremony and producing a live stream event. Parents, grandparents, and friends, I would also like to thank you for coming and for your impact on these students. Audience, please remain in place until all of the graduates have exited the gymnasium. Once they have completely left, please leave either of the north door exits directly to the school parking lot. Also, please allow the vehicles of all of the graduates to exit the parking lot before joining the parade. Thank you for coming, and a final congratulations to the graduated class of 2023.